life. Feel like money, what the real life. Making that money. Tell the DJ bring it back. 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 What it sound?
Hey y'all, it's B with the Hustle and T, and I'm here today. Tyron, is that how you pronounce your name?
It's pronounced like Tyron. So.
Oh, my youngest son, that's his name.
Yeah, so I kind of just say Tyron with the T, not the E, because a lot of people call me Tyrone. So.
Well, I know it's not Tyrone because it don't have the E at the end.
Yeah, it's spelled like Tyron, yeah.
Okay, but it's Tyron.
Yeah.
Okay, my youngest son name is spelled Tyren.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just tell people Tiren, like to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Tyron,
Okay. So I met you at Waffle House. I think that was back in 2019 or 2020. Because I quit in 2020, but I started working there in 2019.
I think it might have been 2019.
Okay.
I think. Or early 2020.
Do you remember how it was when we met?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. I don't remember. Like, was I with anybody?
Yeah. You was with an Asian girl. I think she was Asian.
Oh, Bree. Yeah.
Who's Bree?
My homegirl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all not dating or nothing?
Nah.
Oh, okay. I think you was I think you were my customer.
Yeah. I
don't really know how we started talking, but I remember you told me that you did martial arts.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about that, because I got sons and I kind of want to put them in stuff like that. How did you start off even fighting?
It was like when I was younger, and like we had stayed in the Budget Suites like a couple times like growing up. So I was probably like 13 or 14, and it was a dude who boxed, and he was like training like some of the younger kids on like how to box and stuff like that. And that's kind of how I got into it. And then when Conor McGregor fought Floyd Mayweather is like when I really started taking it serious, because I seen, Conor McGregor and his story, and it was pretty interesting. And then with boxing, it's like I always box, but then like mixed martial arts is like the whole body versus boxing is just the upper body. So like you can be a trained boxer, but if somebody's a wrestler or if they were to take you down to the ground, you know what I mean?
That's what you was telling me, huh?
Right.
Like it's like, so it's different type of fighting.
Well, like, it's kind of like with mixed martial arts, depending on how you want to look at it, like, every continent has their own style, and there's, like, in each continent, like, a plethora of different styles. Like, there's, you know what I mean, so many. Like, I can't even start, but, like, the main ones are, like, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai.
What made martial arts for you? Like, why not, like, kickboxing or, like, what's the main...
Well, like, me coming from where I come from, like, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, they shoot, which is like known, especially like in Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, they shoot. So I wanted to learn how to fight, because most people that I grew up around, they don't really know how to fight, and I didn't really know how to fight, and I used to get bullied. So it was more for like self-defense. I was like, I'm gonna learn how to, learn mixed martial arts so I can whip somebody's ass. But then it turned out like when you learn mixed martial arts, you're more humble and you're more willing to walk away from a fight than to actually fight somebody, because you know your capabilities, versus when you don't know how to fight, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And just like anger management, stuff like that.
You say you're from Milwaukee, and I know,
Wisconsin.
Earlier you had told me you got some bad news about your cousin.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to hear that. Like,
yeah, my mom, she just told me today that he's brain dead. So I guess they're just waiting to pull the plug. I guess he got into it with some dudes or was beefing with some dudes. He's 17, so I really don't know like all the details right now. Like I said, but yeah, so he's brain dead apparently. I'm not sure. I haven't got any updates. I just know he's been shot. I don't know his condition, but my mom said he's brain dead. So I'm gonna probably fly out there Monday. She's flying out there tomorrow. So yeah, that's like my second cousin that's gotten killed. Since I think my first cousin got killed when I was 14. His name was Seville Smith. He got killed by a police officer, and that's when they did the Milwaukee riots. They was tearing the city up. Yeah, it was all over the news. And then now him. So yeah, like when I turned 19, I cried, because like where I'm from, you don't even make it to like 18. Like if you make it to 18, that's a blessing. So when I made it to 19, I actually cried, because I was like, man, like I made it. You know what I mean?
So how long has like Dallas been a home to you, or just just the area of Texas?
My mom moved us to first DeSoto like for a couple months, and then mainly from there on out was like Irving, Texas, like in that area that I kind of met you in. So I kind of grew up there, and I kind of went back and forth from Irving to Milwaukee to Memphis, Tennessee to Florida. I got family everywhere, but mainly Irving. So I grew up in Irving. Like I went to elementary school, middle school, and high school all in Irving. So yeah.
So how was it growing up? Because as you guys can tell, you are a very unique brother.
Right.
How do you do you take offense if somebody's like, oh, like you're albino?
Right. It depends. Like if somebody if somebody comes at me disrespectful, I'll probably like roast them. I'll probably get on them. But for the most part, no, nothing's really offensive. I've gotten asked so many questions, like different questions over the years. So nothing really offends me, to be honest, unless you come at me the wrong way or like disrespectfully. But most
did anybody do that to you, like growing up? Like, were you ever bullied in that way?
Yeah, that's like a pretty controversial topic because like for me being white, you would think that people thought I was white, but like the black people weren't accepting of me. So I got bullied by like a lot of black people because they said I looked different. So like growing up, I got bullied by like black people for being white, and then I didn't really fit in anywhere because I wasn't fully white and I wasn't fully black. So so and then like in middle school I just started like dressing real good. So when I started dressing real good, I kind of stopped getting bullied and I became popular in middle school. And then after that I kind of
was you already fighting and stuff like professionally? Or did
No, I didn't really start taking it serious until I was like 16, 17. And I haven't took my first pro fight yet, but I've been training lately. So, but pretty much you become a pro fighter once you have to have like 4 amateur fights. So you learn how to fight. It pretty much kind of works with your gym. Like once your gym feels like you're ready to fight, they'll set up like smaller fights between other gyms.
Do you get paid, or is it just
no, you probably wouldn't get paid until like maybe your 5th, 6th fight. Your first couple fights are kind of just to get yourself in the door and prove that you're a good enough trained fighter to register, and then you go pro. And then once you go pro, that's when you start your professional record. It doesn't necessarily mean you're famous. It just means you've done your 4 amateur fights, win or lose, that don't count, and now you are ready to become a professional. And after that you can start getting paid, but most of the time you're not going to get paid because you're not really known. The way you get paid is like the more following you have behind you and the more hype and the better fighter you are, and you can stand out, and then you go up in rank. There's so many fighting organizations, but it kind of get in the door at like an organization called like Bellator that's kind of under the UFC, and then like the goal is to get to the UFC. So it's kind of like the NFL, how like there's the NFL, but then there's also smaller football leagues too if you don't make it to the NFL. So yeah,
I got you.
Right.
Okay. So I noticed that you got a son and a daughter.
Yeah.
So
Hazel and Kaden.
Well, yeah, they're so cute. I saw them. Because I definitely stalked you.
Yeah.
And seen a couple things. You are an Aquarius. My sister's
Aquarius too. Aquarius, January 22nd.
Want to be Capricorn, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But y'all okay, you know what I'm saying, people. Would you want your son to, pretty much be a fighter? Or
I encourage everybody to get into mixed martial arts because it trains you in so many different areas and prepares you for really anything. It's not just self-defense. It's discipline, self-discipline, fitness, of course self-defense, so it's kind of all around. It's kind of like more of a lifestyle thing for me. It's not really just for fighting, you know what I mean?
Do you think it's some people that get in it just so they can pretty much like beat people up? Or
I mean, to be honest, like if you get into mixed martial arts, you probably will get your ass whooped like a couple good times, and you probably gonna not want to fight ever again. Like you're gonna get hit one good time or kicked by one good time by somebody who can really fight. And
that should teach you to have a good defense, right?
Yeah, but these hits and kicks by some of these fighters, you're gonna question life. You're gonna be like, yeah, no, I kind of just put the gloves down and walk away. Like I've seen people do it. Like my first time I got kicked by my MMA trainer, he's a Muslim dude, Yahya Muhammad. He kicked me in the leg so hard, like, and I just tried to stand there like, man, that ain't hurt. But like, man, inside I was like, ah. And then I couldn't really, like, I didn't want to show him that it hurt. But he was like, yeah, and that wasn't even a hard leg kick. So yeah, that's when it started. So yeah.
Y'all men are just made so different. I don't get why y'all literally play these sports. Sometimes don't get paid to get beat up. Like, literally, like, football is the main one. Right. Because it's very physical. What does that do to you as a man? Like, does that make y'all tougher, or?
I mean, it's more so for me, kind of like a legacy thing for my kids, because I do make music and I have made music before, but like I just didn't really feel like rapping in particular is something that would leave a legacy longer than me passing away versus fighting. Like, look at Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Conor McGregor, Floyd Money Mayweather, Francis Ngannou, Kamaru Usman. Like, the name just goes on and their legacy lives on well past and it's just like kind of a respect thing. You know what I mean? It takes a lot for you to go and lock yourself in a cage with another grown man, and pretty like you can lose your life in there easily. You know what I mean? It's kind of more of like a reputation, like credibility, respect type thing. You know, like kind of like a gladiator type of thing, I guess. Like, you know.
Would y'all just feel like y'all in another world when y'all just
I mean, it depends on who you are. Like, a lot of people like to look at it as more of like a competitive aspect, when some people look at it as they're fighting against themselves to become a better fighter overall. Like Conor McGregor says he doesn't see an opponent, he's fighting himself.
He fought Floyd Mayweather, right?
Yeah.
So who do you like? Because I seen you sharing a lot. You know, Floyd Mayweather came to the Waffle House that I met you at on a day that I was scheduled to work, but I called in.
Right.
I was so fucking mad. But yeah, like
man, it's kind of hard.
Who do you like?
Man, I like Conor McGregor for his mixed martial arts background, and I like Floyd Mayweather for his boxing. I'm more of like a offensive person, so I'm more of like I'm gonna catch you off guard than like I'm gonna just come just throwing them. I'm gonna let you come throw him, and then I'm gonna counter him, and you know what I mean. So Floyd Mayweather, a lot of people say he's not the best fighter because if you watch his fights, he's not an aggressor. He's more of like he's gonna dodge, weave, and let you tire yourself out, and then he comes in, and so a lot of people don't like that. They say he ran his whole career, plus he bought out of his contract. And with mixed martial arts, you really can't run. Boxing, you can dodge, you can clinch, but other than that, you really can't run as far as like the upper body. But MMA, if you getting beat on your feet, you can go to the ground, you know, wrestle, you can kick, hit, punch, elbow, knee, whatever you really want to do.
Now, me and Baby was talking about that, and he said that there's like you can choose your opponent. So basically, Floyd Mayweather never really accept challenges maybe from people outside of his weight. I mean, so is it kind of like that in fighting? Like, can y'all pretty much know who
when you make the money is when you can call the shots. When you don't make money, you're gonna shut up and you're gonna fight whoever they tell you to fight. Like, that's kind of how it works. Like, if you see Conor McGregor, he just lost 2 times in a row to Dustin Poirier, and they're saying when Conor McGregor comes back, he gets a fight automatically with Dustin Poirier, and Dustin Poirier doesn't even get a title shot if he doesn't make it to that point, because Conor McGregor makes the most money in the sport of mixed martial arts, so he can call the shots, because if he stops fighting, they lose a lot of money.
Why do you think he wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather if they...
Conor McGregor?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't know that Conor McGregor started off as a boxer. Oh, okay. So, and he's the best stand-up fighter. He's the best striker in mixed martial arts, arguably. So for him, the best striker, stand-up fighter, Conor McGregor's not a wrestler. He's a stand-up fighter. He's mainly a kickboxer. So for the best, stand-up fighter to go against Floyd, it was kind of like they wanted to see how he would do.
Did you bet money on that fight?
No, not the Conor McGregor Floyd fight. Not the Conor McGregor Floyd fight. I think I was maybe 16, I think. Yeah.
Can I have some more of your
Gatorade?
Yeah. Please.
I actually lost money on paying for the fight. I actually borrowed money to buy the pay-per-view for the Floyd Conor McGregor fight, and I never paid it back.
What?
I never paid it back.
Wait. Hope they ain't watching this. What the hell?
Yeah. Nah, I ain't pay that dude back.
Oh, wow.
Nah, it was like $70.
Ran off on the plug twice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was disappointed. I was mad, man. I literally, I had walked in the rain to this dude's house for him to buy the fight at his house for me to watch it. And Floyd lost, so I, had to walk home in the rain. I was, 16. I walked from, Findlay all the way to William D. Hayes, Walnut Hill by the post office, because that's where I was living. And so.
Damn, man. So what do you're 19.
Right.
Which is very young, but finna start moving so fast for you, because I'm 29 and it felt like I was just freaking 19. And we was talking about some stuff with your credit.
Right.
And it was some stuff that you told me, and I kind of wanted you to kind of elaborate a little more on.
Right.
So most people say no credit is bad credit. So when you start off, I don't know. I mean, some people start off bad because maybe their parents put stuff in their name. But where did you start when you wanted to buy something or look into your credit? I
really don't know exactly, because everybody starts out different. I don't know how it goes. But me, I started off the rip with a 720. So it starts when you apply for something, and it depends on whatever the first thing it is that you apply for on the loan. So if you were to go and you finance, the first thing on your credit is a car, your debt to what you put down's ratio is going to be huge. So you're not going to generate a huge credit score versus going and like getting a $300 credit card and you're paying it off before it's due, reporting to your credit, if that makes sense. Because it's a $300 line of credit versus like I done seen some people take car loans out for their first car as big as like 25, 30,000. So you're putting, 2-3% of that down, and then it's like kind of like your debt to what you've already paid ratio is kind of how it's based. So
what do you recommend? Like people not finance cars, or do you think that?
Well, like me personally, I haven't financed a car yet. I've had 2 cash cars. So I would recommend, if you can, like hustle to get a cash car and just learn about working on cars first before you go out and finance a car, because I've seen so many people that get like these cars from these dealerships that are messed up. Then they're paying a note. They're locked in on like these real messed up contracts. So I would personally say try to learn about cars, and major thing is learning about what car you want to get, because of like the Hyundai Sonata has a real big engine failure issue, and then you'll get sold a Hyundai Sonata, then there's a recall on the engine. Same with like the Ford Fiestas and the Ford Focus.
They always trying to sell those cars,
right?
Too.
Because they have a lot of problems with them. You know what I mean? They're real problematic. Certain cars, especially like my Infiniti. I've had 2 Infinitis. I wouldn't recommend getting an Infiniti for your first car. I'm not gonna not a good idea, especially at 18. But yeah, I would recommend starting off your credit with something like a secured credit card, to where you put money down and that's the line of credit you have every month. And then after that, like you get your first credit card. Like I just got offered my first unsecured credit card, and then that's where you can spend the money and you pay it back the next month.
So you sure like your mom and them never put nothing in your name to help build your credit? Cause like that is like a really high
name. If anything, she put something in my name to take it down, like a light bill or something. I don't think she put anything on my credit. I think it kind of just, I really don't know, because I've heard people start off with crazy credit scores, and I've heard people start off with low, like 5.
Yeah, because I was just gonna say, I could have sworn I literally started off with 5, like,
right.
And I think I fucked it up so bad it got down to 4 something. I'm not lying. Hey, but I still had a car. I still had a car. Yeah. Bitch, credit was fucked up.
I think that's why we related to it. Your mama had fucked up credit.
Well, I think the main thing is like I have so I have like family on both sides of the spectrum. So I have family that's white and in law enforcement. I got my cousin who was killed by a cop. And then I got racist white family, and I got racist black family. So I got
who white in your family?
So my mom's mixed. Her mom's like completely white.
So your mama mixed,
right?
Your papa black or your
okay? My dad's fully black. Both parents black, and my mom's one's white and one's black. So I got 3 black sides and a white side. Yeah.
Okay, is your granny white?
Yeah, my grandma's white, and my grandpa. Well, I got 3 black grandparents and 1 white.
And that's your grandma?
Right, yeah, on my mom's side.
Okay. She racist?
No. But my great grandma, her mom, yes, definitely racist.
So she beat her ass when she found out she was fucking your papa, huh?
Maybe.
Oh,
maybe. But my great grandma, who is racist, was actually married to a black dude at one point in time. So it's controversial. It's controversial.
It's okay.
It's controversial.
It's okay.
So, but
well, how did you know that though? Like, is this something that your mom just kind of shared with you, or you just kind of...
When you go around them, that's kind of when it comes out, like, you know what I mean?
You just
like,
hear them say some wild ass shit?
Yeah, like, oh, so you got a black girlfriend, like, what? Like, yeah. They'll say some crazy, like, they be saying some racist jokes, man, like...
I knew it.
Some racist jokes.
It's cool. Just be yourself.
And some people say I'm racist too, but nah, I'm not racist. I look at it
like everybody... It should be for they self.
Well, I look at it from every perspective. Each situation is different. So like, especially like with the cop killings, I have to look at it from both sides, because it's really messed up. But like, you gotta look at it from the police side and the civilian side of like when to draw your weapon, because you never know. Somebody, if like I could be a regular dude in a like I just watched a video where this black cop went to stop. It was like a pedophile younger white dude, and he went to go to his door, and the dude had a sawed-off shotgun in his hand, and he tried to shoot the cop, and the cop retreated and started shooting at him. So like, you never really know. It's kind of like a fine line on when to draw your weapon and when not to.
They put their life on the line every day, literally, when they go to work. So I'm not. It's I guess it's the point of being trigger happy.
Right.
When they have other things like for one, they professionally know how to fight. Then you have a taser and pepper spray.
Well, I actually just found out. I don't know about every police department, but I was trying to spar with a Irving police officer that I'm friends with, and he told me they're actually not allowed to take any type of combative sport training when they're in law enforcement. So I thought that was kind of crazy that they can't take boxing, mixed martial arts, no type of combative sport classes as a police officer.
Excuse me, why?
I'm not really sure.
Like,
I think he said
it keeps you in shape for one, and for two,
right.
It's just
so a lot of these cops don't even know how to fight because they're not taught that, and they're not allowed to. If I do mixed martial arts now and I go into law enforcement, I can't keep practicing mixed martial arts pretty much.
Well, it's not worth being a cop. They don't even make that much.
Right. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. They.
Right. It's like, do you think? Well, how do you feel? Do you think some people just want to become a cop so they can just like have that authority?
Like with me, my family, I have family in law enforcement in all positions, and they wanted me to go down in Tennessee to be a law enforcement officer.
This your white side?
Yeah, so I was like, nah, like, man, they're corrupt. Yeah, they're corrupt and racist. So I was like, man, no, because like what a lot of people don't understand, it's like a lot of these police departments are family ran. Like my police family that runs the police department
like
out in Memphis, Tennessee.
Movies.
Yeah, like the brothers, the lieutenant, the dads, the sarge, and the other dudes like SWAT. So like you go and put in a complaint to the sergeant, and whole time the regular officers are his, brothers, and they're talking about, so so it's really corrupt. And I was actually talking to this police officer in Dallas County who's actually a black cop, and he was saying how like a lot of these situations will be one cop messed up and you get to the scene and you kind of gotta help him cover up what happened. There's like a lot of corruption going on. Like say I were to pull somebody over and I really didn't have a good reason to pull them over, so now I got to come up with a good reason.
Why?
You know what I mean?
And you do that though? Do they get a bonus every time they write a ticket or something?
They say they don't, but man, I'm pretty, especially Irving Police Department. I know they do. I know they.
Everybody say Irving Police is bad.
Man,
be careful, baby. I've been meaning. I don't know if I told you, but yeah, I've never had an issue, but for years I've been hearing that. I
know almost every law enforcement officer in Irving now, but before, yeah, man, I even got stopped in Irving. Like I had never got stopped before, and I was like, I've never got stopped, and then boom, I get stopped. Yeah, it was late on MacArthur.
What'd you do?
Headlight out.
Well, that's kind of a reason to stop.
But man, this dude was behind me. This dude was behind me. This cop.
Maybe he saw you turn at the light or something.
Man, he was behind me. He followed me all the way up MacArthur just to literally stop at a red light, and then when it turned green, he literally stopped, got behind me, pulled me over.
Oh, he saw it.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So well. Speaking of that, they kind of roll over into, I didn't search this. I seen your mug shot. So for all you viewers, what I'm saying, we're going to slide that in there because I got it from your page.
Right.
So you told me you had just got out probation.
April.
In April. How long was you on probation?
9 months, but when I caught my case, I was 17. And they extradited me back, and then COVID hit. So I really pushed my case out. I said I was looking for legal counsel and pushed it out as far as I can because I really was like, I had never been locked up.
So now you want to exercise your white privilege side?
Yeah, pretty much. So like a lot of people don't know when you catch a case, it depends. You don't even have to get a lawyer if you don't have the money for it. You can even get a public defender, but your best bet would be to push it out and do as much research on the exact charges you're facing and like the court system and the cases that you're going up against, so you know what you can do in that perspective, because you know what I mean, you want to review your case, and a lot of these attorneys, they'll just try to get you to sign a deal. They won't.
So is this with like anything, like why do you think some people get lawyers?
It's kind of confusing because you can get you a lawyer that's super good and still end up getting screwed over, and you can also get a public defender that's really good and also beat your case. So it's kind of wishy-washy because a lot of these high-paid attorneys, they see these judges on a regular basis, so they're like all cool. They go to the golf club together and stuff, and then you're paying this attorney, and then you pay more, and that, you know what I mean, you can kind of get off, but at the same time, it just depends on, you know what I mean, their relationship with the judge. So if I were you, I would try to get an attorney that has a really good relationship with some of the judges.
Because I was thinking of that. I was like,
because a lot of them
just find somebody that like knows either the DA or the judge.
Exactly. A lot of these high paid lawyers are actually former district attorneys. Like my attorney, he was actually former district attorney for Dallas County, and he actually worked in the public defender's office.
Man,
at
you
one
need to
point
give
in
me
time.
his number.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
But yeah, he was pretty good, really professional. I didn't get offered a deal. I kind of signed a thing called the AIM program, and it's like a probation diversion program. So you pretty much complete the probation and they drop your case. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much what I did.
What did you do? Was it a felony or a misdemeanor?
It was like multiple felony charges. A dude had stole my shoes. One of my homeboys is actually the dude that I didn't pay for the Floyd Mayweather fight. Him. So
came back with?
Yeah, I was staying with this other dude, and they were real cool. And I had met the dude I was staying with through him, and they had pretty much like put up a plot against me to steal some of my stuff when I went out of town with this girl I was dating at the time. Mm-hmm. And
maybe she set you up. You didn't think about it?
No, it wasn't actually her. It was because they had went to this fight. I don't know if y'all know this local schools, but it was some dudes that I was with that went to MacArthur, and they were beefing with some dudes from Ranchview High School, and they wanted me to go fight these Ranchview dudes with them, but I was cool with the Ranchview dudes, and then like we pull up, and they're like 40 deep, and we're only like maybe 7 deep max, and one dude wasn't even fighting, and I was not about to hop out for one.
Like this shit with me and Tony and you.
They got mad about that, and the dude pretty much went behind my back like a couple weeks down the road because he got mad I didn't fight like these dudes, and they all got beat up. Like, just because you know mixed martial arts doesn't mean you can beat 40 dudes up at once.
So basically, he was being smart. You were being smart. But I ain't gonna lie, I would have been mad too.
Well, at first I was like, yeah, we can pull up and fight him. I'm cool with that. But then we pull up, we're like 7 deep. They're like 40, 50 deep. I know these dudes with me can't really fight. I'm the only one that can really fight. I'm like, man, no. And then I pull up and I seen people that I knew that I was cool with at Ranchview. So I'm like, man, nah, because they gonna pull like, hold on, ain't you you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, man, nah.
So what you do when y'all got there? Was y'all?
I stayed in the car. I was like, man, y'all might as well just spin back around, man. Go ahead and get up out of here, because y'all ain't finna win. I'm sorry, y'all ain't finna win. And they was like, man, we finna catch this fade. And then we pull up, and the first dude he calls out one of the dudes. He was like, whoever Omar is, go ahead and step out here right now. Omar steps up. Boom! He gets knocked out.
Wait. Wait. So y'all let Omar wait.
Omar was with us.
And y'all
Omar got knocked out.
Why didn't nobody step up?
Hey, I was in the car. I just heard this dude yell, hey, who is Omar? And then I see Omar get knocked out first. And I was like, yeah, nah. And then, so they pretty much had animosity towards me about that situation.
Y'all know what this remind me of? When Red and his daddy went to Devo Neal, he said, yo, you was not with the shits that day.
Nah.
So the car ride home was quiet?
Man, nah. They was like, man, why you ain't get out the car, man? You was the best fighter out there. I was like, man, I was good, man.
They was depending on you.
I was recording. Y'all. Get y'all ass whooped.
What the fuck? So you ain't they tried to jump you, or they
No. They didn't see me. I was in the car the whole time. I didn't get out. So they didn't see me.
Y'all be like Tyron. He's smart.
Man, I was like, man, because it's kind of a situation like it's a difference between being street and being smart. Mm-hmm. Just because you street don't mean you could take on 40 niggas at once. That ain't gonna happen. You gonna get beat up. Right. I don't care how good of a fighter is. And these dudes weren't good fighters, so I would have been fighting like 40 dudes one-on-one.
You know what? I could see that. I think I was so mad when my situation happened.
It depends on the situation, though.
Everybody.
Right,
like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was in a house when we kind of started fighting, and then like next thing I know,
well,
like
that's kind of what. Yeah, I kind of had a situation with that too. Yeah.
So I think if I did see,
well, I never know.
They wasn't there.
I'm telling you, when we started fighting, listen, it was me, my sister, and this girl that, in matter of fact, I'm gonna see if she'll come on the show, but it was this girl I used to be cool with since middle school. And she was the main one, the whole ride there, ready to go. She even brung a little 4-way little jack thing.
Oh, the jack, the.
And when we got there, you know me, I wasn't even paying attention or nothing. I just kind of got out and I was ready. It was me, my baby daddy, my sister, and her. And we just started fighting. And when I finally was able to get up, I was so mad because I thought that he let me get jumped. But come to find out, they had like maybe 3 or 4 niggas there to kind of like jump him to distract him from helping us. And so me and my sister was getting jumped, and she over there at the car. Right. And so I don't care what the situation is. Like, well, I don't like jumping. I just feel like, why you gotta jump?
I've never jumped nobody, but like my ideology of it is like, I'm gonna peep out the whole scene. If I feel like there's more people that I don't see, which 9 times out of 10 there is, just coming from my mindset that I have, because I kind of got like I don't know how to explain, like a military, law enforcement, street nigga mindset. So I'm looking, I'm like, man, you know what I mean? And I got like that police approach, like, okay, if it's too many people, I'm gonna try to, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get up out of here because I'm not getting jumped.
You know what I'm saying?
But now I got guns and stuff. I ain't came across a situation like that yet, but man, if you can avoid the situation, then do, because if it's a street fight, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get jumped. And then like where I'm from, people will get killed after winning a fight. And like there was this one situation.
You're right about that.
There was this one situation where this girl called her baby daddy like, hey, come air this street out, I'm finna fight this girl. And he spent the block, and he actually ended up killing his girlfriend instead of the girl that she was trying to get him to shoot.
Word?
So like, yeah, just crazy stuff like that. So I just try to avoid any situation like if you do want to smoke with me, you're gonna have to catch me somewhere or come to me, because I'm not gonna come to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it depends, like, you know what I mean? It might be a family situation or like a homegirl or homeboy, and you beef when you pull up. Like, they had stole my stuff, so I pulled up and went to get my property back. And you know what I mean? They didn't want smoke, and they ended up calling the police, and I called the case. It was like the Olympic foam posits. They're like some $300 shoes off StockX.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but
it's
if
some
they
Nikes.
was expensive, I would be mad.
They were expensive, yeah.
And how do you know who stole it though? Because there was a few people.
Because I just pretty much knew, because my shoes were gone, and he was the only one who comes over the house, the dude that I was cool, and I grew up with him, and I know him really well. And this situation happened because he had tried to set me up and stuff before, because we had got into it. We've been best friends since like 5th grade. We had got into it like multiple times. You know what I mean? I was just fed up of him like trying like the fuck shit. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I'm sick of this. So it was more so of all the past situations that led up to me like spazzing out this time. Like, I went to his house. He wouldn't give me the shoes. He said he didn't have them. So I took his Yeezys off his feet. I like put him in a guillotine chokehold. And I had like my girl at the time, my mom, and my homeboy.
Violence that day.
But like, the crazy thing was, I put him in a guillotine chokehold. It's pretty much where you come with one arm under, like I would come behind you and put my arm under one of your arms, and then I'll come under one of your across your neck. So you're pretty much in a chokehold like this. So I have you like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a guillotine. And my homeboy, I'm telling him get the shoes. He grabs my leg and rips my shoe off, thinking it's the other dude. So I'm like, bro, no. And then the other dude,
he didn't understand the assignment at all.
I had got one of the Yeezys, and I threw it in the car, and then the dude who I was trying to get the other Yeezy off, he threw the Yeezy, and we hop over to this dude's gate because I'm looking for the shoe, and the dude comes outside like, why y'all on my porch? I was like, man, get in the house, dude. Like, and then I got the dude on the ground with the Yeezys. I got him still in a chokehold, and his uncle, he came and like pushed me up against the fence and broke it up. He didn't try to fight me or anything. He was just breaking it up. He's a real like chill dude. He wasn't trying to fight me. He wasn't trying to start it. He was just breaking us up. And then the mom, the dude's mom's Hispanic, so she's like, La Policia. So we got up out of there, and he was telling me they were at this dude Dominique's house. So we pull up to the Dominique dude's house. He doesn't even answer the door, and my girl had at the time had a machete almost, and she scraped his car at the time, but the car was in his mom's name, and they ended up pressing charges for property damage. Then the other dude, we had actually went in his house and stuff before we went to the parking lot looking for my shoes. So I think like burglary of a habitat or something like that. What's crazy is I actually got him after I got out of jail from the police department, because they turned him into the police department instead of just giving him back to me that night. So yeah.
And you still got a charge?
Well, I got it dismissed now, but I had like multiple charges. Like, I had like,
goodness. Like, what the hell?
In Texas, it's like under robbery, but in Wisconsin it would be called like a strong arm robbery, like where you use your hands to rob somebody. But here it was like, I think like aggravated armed robbery. They
told him that you did that?
Yeah, aggravated assault, and then the other dude for the car. So property damage, criminal mischief, property damage, above 2,500, under 30,000.
So these was multiple felonies.
Right. But what ended up happening is the Mexican dude from the first house we went to, he didn't press any of his charges. He just wrote the statement. So those charges didn't go through. The only charge that stuck was the property damage charge, and that was still a felony. It was a state jail felony, so it wasn't really that big of a deal, but I had never been arrested before. I just heard felony, so I was pretty scared. And I was only 17, and I was actually up in Chicago, and I get pulled over and stuff. It's actually a pretty funny story. And I didn't have a license, so I called my aunt to come get me because I got pulled over. I hit the back of a cop car on accident. It was an undercover because I was at a red light and I was listening to music real loud, and I had like reached over, and I had just started driving. And I had like reached over and my foot eased up off of the brake, and I tapped the car in front of me. So I'm like, whatever. And I'm in Chicago, so I'm like, man, heck no. And then I'm like, when the light turns green, I'm just going on the side of him, give him like a couple hundred and say my bad. And then, because it's just like a regular Ford Explorer, and then the light turns green. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm like, oh my God. And it was an undercover cop car, and it actually turned out to be the lieutenant of that police department. And he was like, you know, you just hit a cop, right? And I was like, yeah, I see that. So he pretty much came, and it wasn't a big deal. He wrote me like a ticket for riding too close. That was about it. That's all he could really get me for, because there was no damage, you know. And my aunt comes with her car, and I get in the car with her boyfriend. Well, I was actually driving her car, but she came to get in the car I was driving, and then I was going to leave with him in their other car. And the cop comes over to the window, and he's like, Tyron, can you go ahead and step out the car? And he's in the driver's seat where the cop came. He's like, I'm not Tyron. That nigga Tyron right there. And he like points to me, and I'm like, bruh. So then they tell me, like, I had no idea that I had this warrant because I didn't get caught the night that we did all that. And they pulled me out the car. They're like, come sit in the back of my squad car real quick. So I'm thinking like the lieutenants just want to talk to me, you know, don't be driving without a license, you know, and stuff like that. And they told me to sit in the car. So I sit in the car like sideways with my feet out. He's like, no. They didn't handcuff me or anything at this point. They're like, no, put your feet in the car. So I'm like, okay. They slam the door. I'm on the phone with the girl from Little Rock. You know what I mean? I had no idea about the warrant, of course. And they told me to step out the car like a couple minutes later. And like, go ahead and put your hands behind your back. And I'm like, what did I do? Like, what's up, man? Just give me to the police station so I can bind down. They're like, man, yeah, you got a felony full extradition warrant out of Dallas County. And I'm like, I'm thinking about like all the stuff I done did from like 5th grade up to this point. I'm like, this could be for, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm like, man, they come back and they're like, did you damage somebody's property? And I'm like, damage somebody's property? No. Y'all might have got my dad. Run my name one more time, because my dad has the same exact name. And I'm like, man, no. So then they tell me, your daddy black? Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, y'all probably got my dad. Run the name again. And they run it back, and they're like, yeah, no, this is you. And then it hit me because the dude's car got scratched up, and I was like, man. They held me in Cook County for like 3.5 weeks, and they didn't know where to put me because in Texas at 17 you're an adult, and in Chicago you're a minor still. And so they took me to like the county jail, then they took me to juvenile, then back to the county jail, and I had to sit there for 3.5 weeks. And then Dallas County extradited me, and they took me back to Dallas County and let me out on a PR bond. I don't know if y'all know what a PR bond is, but it's pretty much like a personal recognizance bond saying, we're going to let you out for free as long as you show up to court. So they pretty much held me for 3.5 weeks just to let me out for free in Dallas County over property damage.
So what happened when you went back? You took the probation?
My lawyer told me it was a program. Before they even offered me a deal, we were going to sign up for the program. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But this was after I stretched it out over about a year. I take the program, I do that little probation, and then I get the case dismissed.
Now, how many felonies was this?
Three in total. Aggravated assault, aggravated robbery.
Why the hell you had 3 felonies and you only got? You see what I'm saying?
Well, the first dude,
like gambling. The
first dude, he didn't fall through with his charges for me assaulting him and taking the shoes. So they didn't go forward with that part of the case, and they just stuck with the property damage because the other dude's car was in his mom's name, and they ended up pressing.
What is it? That's probably what a third degree felony.
It's what's called a state jail felony. So it's pretty much punishable by state jail prison.
I got you.
It's so like the lowest felony.
Yeah, you can't do more than
2 years and up to 10,000. But you know, it was my first case. I figured I would get probation.
Yeah, they always gonna offer that on the first
right.
one.
So I took that program. They accept me, and I do the program, and yeah.
So you showed me some really nice guns.
Right.
I would like for you to show those to Isaiah too, because I tried.
I got one in the car. I got my AR-15 in the back seat.
Yeah, like they really nice.
That's why when I heard that,
I was like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How you able to buy those though?
At 18, it's actually insane. But in Texas at 18, you can buy any like rifle, anything that's over a 16-inch barrel or longer, you can buy. So AR-15, AK-47, M14, shotguns, snipers, pretty much anything. But you can't buy pistols from a store.
Okay.
But you can buy them from a private seller. So that could be you could buy me a gun. Like I could give you the money to buy me a gun. You go buy it.
No, I can't. I got a felony.
Well, I'm saying if you didn't have a felony. If you didn't have a felony. So like a lot of people's parents will give them, like buy them guns and give them to them. So I can legally carry the handgun, but I can't buy it from the the gun store, but any like longer gun you can usually get from the gun store at 18. Okay. And I'm 19, so yeah, I was able to get like longer guns from the store.
So how did you really learn how to like be really familiar with weapons? Like, is that something that like your dad taught you, or you just
well, my dad, he was like an arms dealer, like in the hood, like when I was younger, but he didn't really teach me about guns. It was mainly YouTube. And just I always play like war games and stuff, and like now I got the guns on the game. Like
I hope my son, the one that I said name is Tyron. Right, I hope he don't be like he loved them damn video games.
Yeah,
he gets so mad.
So I'm over here shooting my gun on the game because ammo's too expensive right now to shoot at the actual range. Like I'm actually shooting my gun with all the attachments at the range on the game. Damn. Because I'm like, man, the ammo's just insanely priced right now. Yeah.
I can imagine when all this shit going on.
And then with Biden, he just banned all Russian weapons and ammunition.
What's going on with that? Have you been updating with that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, tell us about that because
I don't know if we want to get into that just today.
We got a little time. We're gonna squeeze that in. Then we're gonna squeeze in a little tea at the end. And we started late, so I hope like you can come back so we can like talk about some more stuff. I'm sorry, y'all.
There's so much stuff going on. Biden, he's trying to ban weapons, like any semi-automatic gun, which is pretty much any gun. Semi-automatic just means it's not a fully automatic. Civilian can't have a fully automatic gun, but semi-auto's like you pull the trigger and that's a semi-automatic. Like you operate the gun. So each time you pull the trigger, that's semi-automatic.
1, 2.
Yeah, so I mean you can shoot a gun pretty fast, but it's not fully automatic. It doesn't have a switch where you can it's like as fast as you can shoot that gun is semi-automatic. He's trying to ban any semi-automatic with a removable clip. So that's pretty much any gun. And then he just banned.
So we're not gonna have none of those guns over here?
We will, but he's trying to ban them, which I don't think he's gonna get through with it. But they're trying.
So they're gonna be illegal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you're gonna have to register them. They're saying you're gonna have to register them with fingerprints.
Why do you think he's doing that though?
I mean, it's like the Democrat thing, in my opinion.
So you're a Republican?
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. That's the white side.
Yeah. But
I'm kidding. We don't really talk about politics on this show, but that's just kind of funny.
But yeah, man, it's been getting crazy with that because there's a lot going on with like the Afghanistan withdrawal. That's causing ammo to go up, and then he just banned like all Russian guns and ammunition from coming in from this point forward. So no guns from Russia will come into the States at this point, or ammunition, which is 50% of the ammunition we use. So that's gonna up any other ammunition that is over here that's legal up. So nothing from Russia can be imported as far as guns and ammo anymore. Biden just passed that. So yeah. And then the gas prices up, everything. Yeah, I think like all this is just a big plot to stop you from buying guns. We're going to raise the gas prices. We're going to raise the ammo. We're going to make it as difficult as we can until we can ban the gun. Yeah. Seems like that's what he's trying to do. So.
So, this is why I am, I prefer a man, kind of like around. Right. So, it's just for the protection, honestly, because it's like I want to be up on what's going on because I don't want to just not be aware, but it doesn't strike my interest. Right. So, how do you feel on that? Like, are you in a relationship? Because I know you got 2 kids. So, do you have a household to protect, or do you just?
Yeah, definitely. I got kids. I'm talking to somebody right now. So yeah, I protect.
It's not your baby mama.
No.
You got 2 baby mamas.
No, it's the same one, but she's actually with the dude who ended up getting me locked up. Pause. My baby mama.
Your baby mama, who you got the 2 kids by, right?
Right.
Okay, she is now dating the dude that stole your shoes.
She's with the dude that I lived with, who let the other dude come steal my shoes that I used to be cool with.
Why you okay? Do you see your kids like you and your baby mama cool? Like you can go over there anytime or something?
No. She tried to set me up with this dude like a couple times, and then like
set you up
like when I was on probation. I went to try to go get the kids, and then the dude came out of nowhere in the parking lot. The kids were nowhere to be found, and I ended up stabbing the dude, and actually ended up filing like a police report and stuff with it because it was self-defense.
Okay, y'all finna say you sure you want to say that?
It's a lot. But yeah, she tried to set me up like multiple times.
What?
And yeah, she's with the dude now, and then like the dude's baby mama had hit me up saying like pretty much like he was going back talking to her about what my BM was doing with him, saying that she was having like sex with him in the car with with my son's sleep, having sex with the dude in the car and like all type of stuff. Like so yeah.
Do you think your baby mama did it for his revenge or?
Man, it ain't no telling, man. Like I don't know. I just think.
Yeah. How long they been together?
I really don't know. Like, I really don't know. But she started. I found out she was messing with him while I was locked up. She was talking to the dude while I was locked up, and then when I got out, she was messing with the dude and stuff like that. So yeah.
So the new girl you with, is she aware of the situation with? You know, like, do you get to see her kids?
If I do, I'd go like strapped up, like AR-15 strapped on me, pistol, mace, tactical lights, like the whole nine.
Why do you feel like you need to go to that extreme?
Well, if she tries to set me up again, I'm gonna protect myself. And like, I don't know who this dude is. I know who he is, but I'm saying like I already stabbed this dude. They say that he has a gun with no ammunition, but he still might get a hold of some. He might pull up with some other dudes. Yeah, so like. Yeah, so I'm not about to play no games. Like, if something happens, I'm laying everybody down. Like, look, man, everybody get down on the ground. And that's gonna be that. I'm taking everybody car keys, everything. Like, give me everybody car keys. Give me all y'all phones. Everybody get down.
What the fuck? Like, now, are you doing it just because she tried to set you up? Or
yeah. It's like a protection thing. Like, cause she could try to set. If she sets me up once, twice, 3 times, she's probably gonna try to set me up.
How old are your kids?
My son's about to be 1 on Wednesday, and my daughter's about to be 3 in November.
Damn.
Yeah.
So y'all babies little.
Yeah. And she's
What-
messing with the dude who got me locked up originally. Like
What'd you say, Isha?
Yeah,
You know?
and she's still with them, so it's kind of difficult for me because I'm like, I'm trying to see my kids, but I'm not trying to pull up and see this dude and have to, you know what I mean? Get
And
into
plus,
any
you just
altercation
beat
with them.
probation. Shout out to you for
Exactly.
that, because probation is a bitch and you don't want to go back.
No,
You know?
no.
Like, damn, that's so hard. So, I don't know. I mean, we all go through stuff, you know, like, I'm kind of going through something with, you know, me and Isaiah and his baby mama. And, you know, it's hard when you want to be a father, but, like,
well, that's the
relate,
thing.
like, how is...
Like me, I was there 100%, like financially, physically, and then once she did that, I distanced myself. Like, I stopped sending her money and giving her money. I stopped going over there. Like, I don't even go over there now. Like, the only time I go see my kids is if I pop up. Like, I don't tell her I'm on the way or anything. I just pop up, like, I'm here to get them. You know what I mean? So that's
Like,
the only time I do
live,
go see them. Yeah, but she doesn't know where I
Mm.
live though. No.
Okay.
No. No.
What about her man? Like, do he ever...
Well, I haven't seen him since then. It's actually like the dude I used to be cool with at one point of time.
So do you feel like you know where to find him if you need to find him?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
But,
Wow.
yeah.
That's
So
just,
it's a lot.
that's just
That's a lot.
uncomfortable. I guess that's just the best way I can
Right.
say it. So, your new girl, how long y'all been together?
Like a year. Like
A year?
Yeah.
Y'all around the same age?
Yeah.
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 Okay, so what are y'all goals? Like, what can we pretty much expect from you in like 5 years? You know, do you see yourself with her, or do you kind of just want to? Cause you're still young,
Right.
You know?
Right. Well, I'm trying to get her to like start a business and stuff, and get her into like entrepreneurship right now, and that's really where we're at with that. In the next 5 years, I see myself like well off. I want to have like an estate, or at least be working on my estate, have some land.
You was telling me about Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tell us about that real quick, because I hear about it. We all hear about it. I kind of wanted to start getting into it because, you know, as hustlers, we just find different ways to make money.
Right.
And kind of telling people about Bitcoin. You fuck with Bitcoin? Cash? Okay,
Yeah.
like I figure like she kind of, you know, be into stuff like that. So
Right.
can you tell us?
Bitcoin is kind of like a real life situation based like currency. So depending on what situations are going on in the world, it's kind of like how it works. So like China put a huge ban on a lot of like, it's called a cryptocurrency. Like Bitcoin's an encrypted form of currency. So it's like an untraceable form of currency that you can use. And China just put a big ban on it, and that's when it dipped. And then after that, a lot, like I think it was like Amazon and a bunch of other companies said that they were gonna support Bitcoin, and then it like skyrocketed. So it's kind of like real estate. You want to invest in it when it's low, when it's really low, in hopes for it to go higher. And it kind of is based off of a one Bitcoin. Like I think one Bitcoin right now is like 49,000, but you can invest partially into that Bitcoin. So
What
you
do?
can
Just upload money on there?
Yeah, you put money in, and then the market changes. So like literally every second, the market changes. Like every second, and once it goes up, you sell. once it goes down, you buy. It's kind of like real estate and stocks. You know what I mean?
Maybe when we meet again, you think you can show me?
Right. Yeah, I can show you better than explaining.
Yeah. Like that seems pretty dope. So is that one way that you make money? Because when I talk to you,
right.
You said you kind of is just like a hustler. So like, how do you eat every day?
Man, I invest in stocks, small real estate deals, Bitcoin. I buy, sell, and trade stuff. Shoes, gaming consoles, phones, watches, you know, anything I can really sell. I just sold one of my Infinities that I had. I actually ended up parting it out and selling that like part by part because I made more doing that. Just really anything that I can get. I try to put my money into stuff that I can resell versus saving money. So I'd rather put my money like with my guns. Like at any time I could sell my guns, and there's quite a bit of money into those versus just keeping cash or money saved. And you know what I mean? Something like that winter thing really opened my eyes to like having money in the bank when the power went out and stuff. Like I got water stocked up. I got all types of like survival gear, medical kits, got those body armor. Yeah, so
like we went. How many days? First, we didn't have electricity. Then
then the water went out for us. The water went out for us. Yeah. But I've just been trying to liquidate my assets versus just having cash.
Yeah. That's the smart thing. I'm not gonna lie. That shit really did make me think about like buying a generator and just stocking up on shit. Cause
I've been doing it. I've got guns, water, survival kits, survival food, everything. Solar powered stuff.
What gave you that mindset? Like, how did you grow up? Like, how many siblings do you have? Because you're very intelligent for 19. Right. Like, you just make smart decisions.
I got 3 younger siblings, a younger brother, 2 younger brothers, a younger sister, and I got 3 older sisters, Deja, China, and Zenaria.
Y'all all got the same mom and daddy?
No, we have different dads. So 2 of my sisters are on my mom's side, but have different dads than me, and then same with the other 2. So she has like 5 baby daddies, and
your mama white?
Mixed. She's mixed.
Okay, your mama mixed, but her daddy black?
Right, and her mom's white.
And you said she got 5 baby daddies?
Yeah.
All of them black?
Yeah. All of them. Yeah.
Are you the only one like with your own daddy?
Yeah. I'm the only child for my kid, but like with my mom, the 2 younger babies on her side are my stepdads, and then my dad I'm their only child, and then she has another baby daddy that's my 2 older sisters. Like my 2 older sisters have 2 different dads.
Do y'all all look different? Like it's some y'all chocolate,
but all of us are light skinned, but not my complexion. Like just like brown skin.
I get okay.
Yeah.
So like did you always feel like the black sheep?
No, not really. We're all like pretty much light skinned, and my mom's like low key racist. So
wait, pause. She got all black baby daddies, but she low key racist.
Yes. Low key.
Low key. I get you, but like, why you say low key?
Because like I feel like even black people are racist towards black people.
You know what? It's not that we racist, because I get what you saying. I don't like niggas. Okay,
right.
Niggas get on my fucking nerves. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, so I get what you're saying.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you see a dude, like, you know what I mean? You'll be at the store, like, you'll see somebody at, like, a red light blasting music and their windows down. You like, this nigga got a system, but his AC don't work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that, you know?
That nigga I get that's right.
Yeah.
That was a good example.
Yeah.
But wait, though. How you know he just don't want to be seen at the red light?
Man, you could tell by the car. You can tell by the car. Ain't nobody riding around Texas with their windows down.
What?
Because not during the day.
I swear, $3.95. I dropped that shit. Get this shit fixed.
For real.
Too fucking hot.
For real.
Damn.
Especially them Crown Vics. Them Crown Vics, boy, they be broke down, but they be banging. You just look over, see a dude in the Crown Vic. Especially the police ones, the ex-police ones with the lights still on them. You be, man.
So what you used to do? You used to just hear your mama say some racist shit?
Well, I got that white side of the family, and then like my stepdad, he like dark skinned, but he racist too. So like I don't know, we just jump around a lot.
What's the dude from the Boondocks?
I suffer from a rare condition. Yeah, Uncle Ruckus.
Oh wait, pause. Yeah. You definitely gotta come back. Yeah. You kind of funny though, like that.
I should be an impersonator. I could do a lot of impersonations.
That was really good though. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like this is fucking hilarious because
I'm dead.
how are you not racist? If like I just I've been wanting to ask some people like how do you grow up? Yes, and you don't be racist.
It's hard. It's definitely hard, but like I'm not just racist towards black people. Like I'm racist towards white people too because I'm both. Like I be on my white family just as much as I am on my black family because they all be having flaws. So I be on everybody. I'm like an albino. Like I don't pick sides. Like I'm albino. So
you don't feel what's what I'm looking for? Like out of place sometimes or confused?
Not at all because I fit in with the white people. I can go be a nigga with the niggas. I can go be with the Mexicans. They accept me. So yeah, I be. You know, I can change the voice, you know. Yeah. As soon as I get pulled over, put on the hat. How's it going, officer? It's going on. Good day. Just all I got to do is just put on the hat.
Yeah.
Just put on the hat.
Have you always loved who you are, though? What
yeah.
I see you looking around.
I was about to get the hat. I got the hat over there.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
you was gonna do it?
Yeah, I was about to do it.
You can get it if you want to.
Going on, officer?
Hey, you do look like a white boy. Take your headphones off.
All they see is the side. Just
you.
Yes, sir. What's going on, officer?
You funny. And then he take the hat off. He got the braids. Boy, you ain't shit. You ain't shit, boy. Boy, but you know what?
You gotta get in where you fit in. You gotta get in where you fit in. Oh, you're not black. I was just making sure you weren't black. You're good to go, sir. Right on the way. Like.
Okay, so what would you do though if you had to witness some really racist shit, but you could get away with it because they think you white?
I did it with my case. I did it with my case. Man, I swear to God, when I got to Dallas County, it was a younger black girl. She had to be probably 21 max. I don't know how old you had to be, but she was young. She was like, "Oh, you're in here for a felony. You'll definitely be back." And I was like, "Wow!" Like. And I was like, if I am back, I'll be bonding out just like I am right now. So you won't see me for long, even if I do.
It was one of the officers.
Yeah, in Dallas County.
Why did they say something fucked up to me too?
Like, I was only 17.
Like I'm sitting down and I'm short, so my feet don't touch the ground in some chairs, and I'm just sitting there swinging my feet. She gonna tell me some aggravated assault. Your feet don't even hit the ground. Who you try to kill?
Right, it was a black girl, real skinny black girl processing me. Yeah,
them hoes crazy.
Yeah.
Catch them hoes outside their uniform, they ain't gonna say shit.
For real.
Damn, that's crazy. Well, we're about to wrap it up. Cause it's kind of been a long day and I don't know what's been going on, but like my stomach really been tripping. Right, so are you going back home? What? Like I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable. It's been a struggle the whole fucking show. Are you going back home? Straight from Dallas. Cause I met you in Irving, but I know you're from Milwaukee.
Yeah, I stay in like Sherman right now. So like Sherman, Texas.
It's kind of a little more country, or is it more city?
Yeah, it's real country. It's kind of more rural. Okay. A lot of racist white people. But there are black people too.
It's rednecks out there.
Yeah,
you got a redneck ass family.
Yeah, in Memphis, my family.
It's different type of white people too, though.
Yeah, I got like all of them. I got like the racist redneck uncle. Okay. I got the regular white uncle. I got the regular white aunt.
Do you have the uppity white people?
Yes, I definitely do.
Okay, they don't fuck with y'all down white people, or do they kind of?
They do. They're funny. They're funny. They're real humble too. They're real humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White people cool though. I think everybody need some white people on your team.
Don't get me wrong. What people fail to realize about the police, there are some racist white cops that don't like white people either. Like they're just racist towards all races. Like
Donald Trump, he don't like nobody that's broke.
For real.
He don't care how you look. Donald Trump ain't fucking with you, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. So I see that. I see that. Well, all I can say is I think everybody should be for their people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, however you look, I think that's the main thing. And honestly, as black people, we struggle with uplifting each other. We struggle with, like, okay, have y'all been seeing the motherfucking crate challenge? Please tell me y'all been smoking, watching that shit. Me and Isaiah watching that shit. It's like, that's the shit that we do. As black people, we can't just do something together, just come up. But we are creative. But, how do you feel? Like, do you
I feel like black people need to get, because the people who taught me about credit was my white side. I feel like more black people need to get educated about credit and learn about it. Like, I think we should do like a whole sector on a podcast about just credit and what to do to build it.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely the white people they're more business minded and they do work more with family versus black people. You already know how they are. Like, man,
fighting at the funerals and shit.
Right.
You know, just.
And at every funeral, I swear, I don't know about y'all family, but every funeral in my stepdad family, we gotta start coming together, y'all. And then another funeral, like 3 years later, man, we gotta do better. Like, then they'll never hang out. Man, I ain't got no gas to be going all the way out there. I mean, for real.
He's not lying. Like, that's really how it's like. I love my people, but damn.
But the white people do have flaws too in my family, so I'm not gonna say it's just the black people, because it is the white.
What
people.
Are y'all flaws though?
Like the white people, they argue about like stuff. Like my little cousin was doing, like he was smoking weed, and because it's my second cousins, and then they have kids. So like my aunt in Memphis is my grandma's sister, so my great aunt and then her kids, and then their kids are my first cousins. And my cousin Skylar, he's like 16. He was smoking weed, so his dad sent him to like rehab for like a whole year over some weed, and I'm like, bruh,
over weed?
Yes, like yes, like he literally paid to put him in like a state of the art over in Tennessee. I don't know the name, but yeah, they paid to put him in rehab to where like he was locked down in rehab for
over weed. Damn.
Yeah, so yeah, they do.
They say weed is a gateway drug. They don't want them to be on that meth. Yeah. That meth got white people bad.
Yeah.
Like bad. So maybe they just want to be like, stopping here at the weed. Right. Well, ain't nothing wrong with weed.
Right. I don't think so.
You smoke weed?
No, I don't smoke.
Why?
I don't smoke. It just don't do nothing for me, like positive.
You don't want to go to rehab?
No. I don't know. It just don't do nothing for me. I kind of drink a little bit.
That's good though. Smoke. No, keep that because it might make you lazy.
Right. Yeah.
That's just like a big, effect. So, but that's fine. I mean, but it's not.
I've smoked before. I don't like the effects.
You was tripping out?
No, I wasn't tripping out. It just like it like for me, it like made my throat like real scratchy, and it made me like real hot.
You had cotton mouth.
Yeah, and then you like it's so much more money associated with smoking weed because you got to get the Rillos or the back.
It ain't no coke. It's kind of expensive, yo.
But you still got to buy snacks.
For a little ass line.
But I'm saying with weed, like you gotta have more money than just like if you buy a gram for 15 a G, you still gotta get Rillos or something to smoke it in. You still gotta have.
First of all, cigars or $1
and a drink.
Okay, first of all, he's smart because I know plenty of motherfuckers.
But that's still more money. But that's still more money. That's associated with it.
Listen, what is $1? That don't count. You can
plus
you can
food. You gonna have money.
You should have food.
You gotta have something to drink.
You should already have food.
No, people do not be having food. No. Some people.
Anyways, I get what you're saying though, smart man. But I still think coke is way more expensive.
Coke is expensive, but I'm saying like, if I smoke weed, it's not just gonna be weed. I'm still gonna have to either get backwoods or Rillos. Then I'm not 21, so I can't buy them. Then I gotta have something to snack on, guaranteed, because I'm gonna get hungry.
Oh, I forgot they changed that.
Then I'm gonna probably get sleepy, like.
I get what you're saying.
Bro, I had went to a gas station not too long ago, and I was on FaceTime with my homeboy Carlos, and I'm like, I go to the same store, and I'll be buying backwoods for other people, and then I'm on FaceTime with him. He's like, "Did you check his ID, sir?" And then the dude's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore him." But yeah.
You want any more kids?
Probably like more sons, but I already know if I have another kid, it's gonna be a daughter. So
that's what Isaiah said too.
Then I'm gonna
have
to buy more guns. More guns.
Wow. But you got a son and a daughter, so you kind of perfect now. Right.
Don't got the baby mama though. I
know. Who cares?
But it's still kind of hard though, because you want your kids to grow up. Like me growing up with like my father not really being in my life. My plan was for them to grow up with their mom and me. But now I'm about to have to change plans. But they're light skinned though. She kind of darker, so I'm gonna just try to replace her with somebody lighter, and then it'll work out. You know what I mean? Because the kids do not look like they're hers. Kids do not look like they're hers.
Wait, pause. Run that
back. For real.
We're going to continue that on the next episode because I think I heard him right, but I'm going to watch it again. Like, all right, he being a colorist up here.
I'm going to have to replace her.
Wow. You miss her?
Nah.
Poor Tyron. Thank you for coming though, Tyron.
No problem.
It would have been longer.
Yeah, we was all late.
All right. Well, you have a safe trip back.
Y'all too. All
right. You good?
Yeah.
Tell the DJ bring it back.